Have you ever imagined a bridge between heaven and earth? Jacob's ladder, one of the most enigmatic sites in the Bible, represents just that. In Genesis 28, Jacob, fleeing from the wrath of his brother Esau, rests in a place and dreams of a staircase that reaches heaven, with angels going up and down it. Today, we will uncover the deep meanings and spiritual lessons of this fascinating story. Get ready to climb the steps of the celestial narrative. Jacob, son of Isaac and grandson of Abraham, is a central figure in biblical history. Known for his cunning, he plays a crucial role in the formation of the 12 tribes of Israel. From a young age, his life was marked by events that shaped his character and destiny. The rivalry between Jacob and his twin brother Esau is one of the most dramatic narratives in the Old Testament. From the womb, the brothers competed, and this tension culminated when Jacob deceived Esau and took his birthright blessing, altering the course of their lives forever. Isaac, the father, and Rebekah, the mother, played different roles in Jacob's life. Isaac favored Esau, while Rebekah preferred Jacob. This family division exacerbated the conflicts, leading Rebekah to help Jacob deceive Isaac and obtain the blessing intended for her older brother. After stealing Esau's blessing, Jacob had to flee for his life. Esau, furious, swore to kill Jacob, forcing him to leave Beersheba for Haran. This escape marked the beginning of a journey that would profoundly change his life and his faith. During his journey, Jacob had a transformative experience at Bethel. There, he dreamed of a ladder connecting earth to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. This vision not only reaffirmed God's presence in his life, but also renewed his divine hopes and promises. Bethel, located in ancient Canaan, is a place of great cultural and geographic importance. It was there that Jacob had his vision of the ladder, establishing a point of divine connection. This sacred site became a spiritual landmark, symbolizing God's presence and his promise to Jacob's lineage. Before the vision, Jacob's relationship with God was more indirect, inherited from the stories and traditions of his parents, Isaac and Rebekah. He had not yet had a deep personal experience with the divine. The vision at Bethel marked the beginning of a direct, transformative connection with God. The customs and beliefs of Jacob's time were strongly influenced by patriarchal tradition and the worship of a single God. Rituals and sacrifices played a central role in daily life, and visions and dreams were seen as important means of divine communication, shaping individuals' behavior and decisions. Jacob was part of Abraham's lineage, a line of descent that carried divine promises of blessing and multiplication. This lineage was seen as chosen by God to be a blessing to all nations. Jacob's vision reinforced the continuity of this promise, assuring him of future protection and prosperity. The name Jacob means "he who holds the heel" or supplanter, reflecting the circumstance of his birth and his competitive nature. He was born holding the heel of his twin brother Esau. This name proved prophetic, as Jacob often struggled to achieve his ambitions, often in questionable ways. Jacob had an impressive dream, a vision of a ladder reaching to heaven, with angels ascending and descending on it. This dream occurred while he was running away from his brother Esau and resting with his head on a rock, in what would turn out to be a transformative divine encounter. The angels in Jacob's vision represent messengers of God, connecting heaven and earth. Its presence symbolizes continuous communication between the divine and the human, reinforcing the idea that God is always attentive and participative in earthly events. The ladder that touched the sky symbolizes the direct connection between God and humanity. It represents the possibility of spiritual ascension and divine communication, showing that despite earthly difficulties, there is a way to get closer to God and achieve enlightenment. God's voice in Jacob's vision brought significant promises and blessings. God reaffirmed the covenant made with Abraham, guaranteeing Jacob numerous descendants and possession of the promised land. These words strengthened Jacob, offering him hope and direction on his journey. Bethel, the site of the vision, has deep cultural and spiritual significance. Originally called Luz, Jacob renamed the place, recognizing its importance as a sacred space where he had a direct encounter with God. Bethel became a spiritual landmark for future generations. Upon awakening from the dream, Jacob realized the magnitude of the divine encounter he had just experienced. Frightened and amazed, he expressed fear and reverence, recognizing the presence of God in that place. He felt that he had been chosen and blessed, which profoundly changed his perception and purpose in life. The stone he had used as a pillow during the vision became a sacred symbol for Jacob. He erected it like a pillar and poured oil on it, consecrating it. This act was a way of marking and honoring the place where he experienced divine revelation. a point of connection with God. By giving the place the name Bethel, which means house of God, Jacob immortalized the spiritual importance of that site. The new name reflected the transformation of the common place into a sacred space, where earth and heaven met, and where he received divine promises. The promises that God made to Jacob were vast and significant. God guaranteed him protection, numerous descendants, and possession of the land where he lay. These promises reinforced the divine covenant with Abraham's lineage, ensuring Jacob a blessed and purposeful future. Comparing Jacob's vision with other biblical visions reveals notable similarities and differences. While some visions involve direct messages or complex symbols, Jacob's ladder stands out for its simplicity and depth, symbolizing direct communication between the divine and the human, and the continuous presence of God in the lives of the chosen ones. The traditional Jewish interpretation of Jacob's ladder sees the vision as a sign of the ongoing connection between God and his people. The angels symbolize divine protection, while the ladder represents the path between the earthly and heavenly worlds, showing that God is always present and accessible. Christian perspectives on Jacob's vision often see it as a prefigurement of Christ, the bridge between God and humanity. The ladder symbolizes Jesus, who facilitates communication and reconciliation between heaven and earth, reinforcing the promise of salvation and continuous divine presence. In religious mysticism, Jacob's ladder is seen as a symbol of spiritual elevation. It represents the soul's journey towards the divine, an ascension process that involves purification and enlightenment. Each rung of the ladder is a stage of spiritual growth and closeness to God. Modern psychological interpretations of Jacob's vision highlight the ladder as a symbol of personal development. The ladder represents challenges and progress in life, where each step is an opportunity to learn and overcome. Angels would be spiritual guides that help in this journey of self-knowledge. Symbolic analysis sees the ladder as a divine connection that unites heaven and earth, representing communication between the human and the divine. It is a reminder that despite earthly difficulties, there is always a path to spiritual growth and closeness to God. Jacob's ladder is often seen as a prefigurement of Christ. Jesus in John 1:51 refers to himself as the connection between heaven and earth, similar to the ladder in Jacob's dream. Thus, the vision points to divine mediation and reconciliation between God and humanity. The ladder represents continuous communication between the divine and the human. The promises made to Jacob reinforce the idea that God is present at all times, guiding and blessing those who follow his path with faith and obedience. Artistically, Jacob's ladder has been a rich source of inspiration. Paintings, sculptures, and stained glass windows depict the vision with angels and a ladder that reaches the heavens. These representations capture the majesty of the divine encounter and the hope for a direct connection with the Creator, eternalized in sacred art. Jacob's vision also permeated literature and culture. Authors and poets use the ladder as a symbol of spiritual aspirations and the search for a greater purpose. In popular culture, the image of the ladder appears in songs, films, and books, indicating a journey of personal growth and transformation. Different religious denominations interpret the vision in varying ways. For Judaism, it is a symbol of God's covenant with Israel. In Christianity, it is seen as an anticipation of Christ. These differences reflect the richness and diversity of perspectives on one of the most iconic biblical visions. Faith and trust in times of difficulty are fundamental to maintaining balance and hope. Jacob, in his flight, found comfort and guidance in the vision he saw. This example teaches us that even in challenging situations, faith can be our driving force and guide. The importance of listening to and following the divine voice is a central theme in the story of Jacob. By hearing God's promise, he found purpose and direction. In modern life, this practice invites us to seek moments of silence and reflection to capture the divine wisdom that guides us. The concept of God always present is reinforced by Jacob's vision. God reveals himself to him in a moment of vulnerability, showing that we are never alone. This perception comforts us and gives us the certainty that there is a greater purpose guiding our steps. The value of the divine promise in everyday life is a constant reminder that we are part of a greater plan. The promises made to Jacob were fulfilled, showing God's faithfulness. Recognizing and trusting these promises gives us the strength to face daily challenges with hope and determination. Reflecting on our personal spiritual quests is essential for our growth. Jacob's journey encourages us to investigate our own spiritual path, to question and seek answers. This reflection helps us connect deeply with our faith and find meaning in our existence. Jacob's vision is an invitation to spiritual growth, showing that even in moments of flight and uncertainty, it is possible to find a path to inner elevation. The ladder symbolizes the continuous effort to get closer to the divine, a process of transformation and self-knowledge. In the modern world, Jacob's ladder can be seen as an encouragement to overcome challenges and seek a greater purpose. Just like Jacob, we are called to recognize divine manifestations in our daily lives and to find the strength to move forward, even when everything seems uncertain. The story of Jacob is a powerful reminder that perseverance and faith can lead to overcoming. Facing adversity and family conflict, he found a greater purpose through divine vision. This example inspires us to face difficulties with courage and to trust in the divine plan. Applying the teachings of Jacob's vision to modern life involves recognizing the constant presence of God and seeking a deeper connection with the spiritual. The latter symbolizes the continuous journey of growth and improvement, encouraging the practice of faith and morals in all everyday actions. The relevance of Jacob's vision transcends generations, offering eternal lessons of faith, overcoming, and spiritual search. In an ever-changing world, Jacob's story reminds us of the importance of maintaining our faith and seeking a deeper connection with the divine, always aspiring to spiritual growth. Faith and trust are essential in times of difficulty. Jacob, facing uncertainty and fear, found strength in the divine promise. Her experience shows that even in our darkest challenges, faith can guide us, offering hope and direction to overcome obstacles. God is always present, even when we feel alone. Jacob's vision at Bethel revealed divine closeness, reinforcing the idea that we are never helpless. Amid the adversities of modern life, this certainty can be a foundation of comfort and security. The divine promise is invaluable in everyday life. The assurances Jacob received from God not only comforted him but also shaped his future. Like him, we can find meaning and purpose by trusting the spiritual promises offered to us. The spiritual quest is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth. Jacob, through his experience, inspired generations to reflect on their own faith trajectories. His story motivates us to constantly seek a deeper connection with the divine, improving our spirituality on a daily basis. Jacob's vision serves as a powerful incentive for spiritual growth, showing that connection with the divine is within everyone's reach. By interpreting the ladder as a symbol of spiritual ascension, we are encouraged to seek a deeper relationship with God and elevate our lives morally. Thanks for watching. We hope this video has enriched your faith and understanding. Stay with us on the Pearls of the Bible channel for more inspiring discoveries. To the next.